When I first started my self mastery journey, I wasn't really focused on the journey. I was trying to improve myself, but I kept, being addicted to scrolling, watching a lot of YouTube videos, entertainment videos, and doing, a lot of useless things. And on top of that, going to different events. They were nice, but I was surrounded by people who take drugs and, you know, going to those kind of places with the wrong person who also, likes to take drugs, which is, smoking and doing stupid things. And I had this goal that I want to get the body, I want to get this X, Y, and Z, but I felt like my life wasn't moving forward. You know, at that time, I was, a bit stupid. I didn't realize the one thing that was causing this effect, causing this, slowness in this journey, and that clicked in my head. I realized after studying about it, it was my dopamine receptors were fried because I was only doing mostly the habits. I didn't have a clear direction in my life. I thought I was the front seat, but I was the passenger of my journey. And I was always just so addicted to going on social media, Instagram, Facebook, checking, what other people's life is like, and comparing my life to theirs, seeing if any girls are responding to me, and if they don't, they ignore, and then I get upset about it. I was consuming too much the social media apps, but now I stopped using it and stopped going to these places. Now I'm really focused on this journey. I'm on this journey just like you. And in this video, I'm going to show you the reasons why this is happening for you and what you can do about it. Okay, here we're going to go through the reasons why this is causing this effect, why you feel like you don't have any motivation, uh, no drive to improve your life, even though you need to improve your life. You know damn well that you need to improve. You can see that you're at the bottom. You know you want to change, but you just don't have that urge. So the first one is bad habits. There's a thing called instant gratification and delayed gratification. So instant gratification is things like, doom scrolling, gaming, eating junk food, eating bad food, you're on a bad diet, and you're going to bad places, you're taking drugs, all these things, and you're consuming. This is called instant gratification. We live in an instant gratification world. Everyone, is consuming, bad content, whether they're good or bad, they're just too much consuming content, especially late at night, and eating a lot of junk food. I can see it everywhere. I go out nearly every day. And this is basically instant gratification. On the other hand, there's a thing called delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is things like meditation, journal writing, visualization, going out in the sunlight, doing the workouts, hard, intense workouts, strength training, endurance training, those things. And eating well, you're on a good diet, whether that's carnivore, keto, whatever you are doing, all those good habits are delayed gratification because you're delaying. It feels um, uh, it feels like it requires a lot of work and pain and discipline at first, but then afterwards it feels good and it takes you to a better place. And on the other hand, instant gratification um, feels good in the moment, but then afterwards you're going to have to experience the consequences. If obviously we all know this, everyone has told you this. When you eat a lot of junk food, you eat a lot of burgers, chips, and all those rubbish, you're gonna probably feel sick. You're not gonna have bad stomach, or even worse, you eat every single day because you're so addicted to it. It's so nice, it's so enjoyable inside your mouth. You'll become fat, and then when you become fat, you become ugly, and you start getting spots everywhere in your face. So we want to avoid all those things. We want to move to delayed gratification. All right, there's no pressure, but under this video, there will be a link to my protocol that I just finished creating and I launched it. Again, don't panic. You don't have to pay any money. I don't need your debit card. It's completely free, unlike everyone who charges money for this. It's completely free for you to start your self-mastery journey like it did for me. It's a complete full protocol that you can go through multiple times. I recommend going through multiple times, but it's there for you to actually change your life for good. I promise to you, if you actually implement everything in this protocol, that I mentioned, you do all the actionable steps, it's going to change your life. So yeah, no pressure. If you want to check it out, if I helped you so far or previous videos, you can just click the link below this video and it will take you to the protocol. All right, that's it. Back to the video. All right, the second thing is surrounding yourself with the right people. If you're, hanging out with the wrong people instead of the right people, the people who have a poor mindset, they have, bad attitude, they stink, they don't have good hygiene, they don't look after themselves, they're not improving their life, they don't have any goals. If you surround yourself with those kind of people, you're going to be in the same boat as them. There's a statement that I heard. I don't know if it goes like this, but the 5 people you hang out with is the person that you will become, something along those lines. And that's actually true. The 5 people you hang out with is who you become. And that really touched with me, because back then, I was always hanging out with people who really enjoy going partying, night clubbing, going to festivals, and always being obsessed with, talking to girls, always chasing girls. They don't have any goals. And, they try to look smart. Obviously, they did dress well, and I did, but we were just, always thinking about, chasing girls, and always, being obsessed with girls, thinking about girls. And obviously, none of us got any results, but we kept doing it every single week. I was going out every single week, every single week, every single week, and at the same time getting drunk. And, if you're hanging out with those people, it's clear that it is obvious that you're not going to improve your life. You're not going to get to where you want. So, yeah, that is true. And on the other hand, if you hang out with the right people who are ambitious, who have goals, high achievers, who want to see you succeed, like your family or new friends that you meet in the gym or somewhere else, you surround yourself with those kind of people, you're going to improve your life. You will see success, and I promise you will see that happen. It will happen 100%. So take this advice very seriously. The third thing is you're frying your dopamine. Like we mentioned in the first point, you are always consuming a lot of bad habits instead of the good habits. You're probably going out drinking, or you're probably just, spending too much time on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever it is that's, frying your receptors. And your receptors has, fried so much like chips or something else, and you just don't have the capacity to push yourself forward. You don't have that ability to perform at your best. You don't have that drive. You don't have that need to succeed when you know that your life is at the bottom, or maybe your life is not really good and you really want to improve, but you just can't because your dopamine receptors are just too fried. And I wish someone told me this sooner, because back then I thought it was all to do with testosterone, but it's also to do with the dopamine receptors in your brain. Now, I won't go too much about the scientific stuff about dopamine. I recommend you watch about dopamine stuff on YouTube, excuse me, and you can also read a book called Dopamine Nation. I have this book here, right here. I don't know who the author is, but you can just type it on Amazon or something. Dopamine Nation is a really great book about dopamine. Okay, now let's talk about things you can actually do to increase the drive and motive to succeed in life. The first one is look for things that make you stronger. So, the biggest one is cold showers or cold baths, whatever you want to do, and endurance workouts. So, that's like cardio, jogging, running, sprinting, um, CrossFit. Those are like endurance workouts. And I suggest combine those things together. Maybe like bring a massive backpack and bring all your like bathroom stuff. Go to the gym maybe like early in the morning, or wherever you can in the day when it fits your schedule, and just have a good workout, intense workout, and then after that jump for a cold shower. Now I don't really do that because that's my personal thing. I just like having a shower here. Um, I also have cold showers, but I don't have it too often now because it's winter. Um, but I do have it from time to time but I don't do it for long periods of time. Um, the reason is because if you do it for a long period of time, you can actually, develop a hay fever or cold the next day. So I suggest doing it for like 30 to 45 seconds, preferably early in the morning as your self improvement routine. And what this will allow you to achieve is your dopamine will skyrocket high. And it is the best way to actually increase the good dopamine inside your brain. And this will feel like you have more you just have more power and ability to push yourself forward when you got to do hard tasks, or especially when a lot of you are going to school, college, university. You feel like you can you know push harder on your um, studies, and maybe you don't have school, but maybe you got to go to work. You can perform at your best because you skyrocketed your dopamine when usually it's at your lowest baseline. So this is the best time. But obviously, you don't have to do it in the morning. Like I said, just do it wherever it fits your schedule. In addition to that, you can do other things that are mentally challenging, painful, and get you out of the fog. Join someone, join like a local community who organizes like fitness events, like maybe like those high rock stuff, or maybe like hiking, or joining a running club. Excuse me, join those groups, and maybe they probably do it in the morning. Wake up early in the morning and just straight away go there and join them and go do some physical activity, whatever it is. It doesn't matter, go do it. Or maybe you like playing football, go play some football. Maybe it's in your garden, or maybe in the field, local field. Whatever sports or fitness activity, go do those things. Don't just stay at home, hang out with your loser friends, and doing stupid things, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, energy drinks, and all that stuff. Go do things that are fun and at the same time good for your body and mind. Okay, the next thing is progressively overloading. Now, you heard this term in the gym, and I hope you do go to the gym. A lot of you are going to the gym. Progressively overload in this self improvement stuff is basically when you hit a plateau. Let's say you are reading a book and you want to read a book for 30 minutes, but you sit there and you have no distractions. You're on your own in your bedroom or in your living room or in the library. You want to read for 30 minutes, but you just can't focus. You keep standing, you keep looking around, you try to read more words like on the chapters or the pages, and you just can't read. You're reading, but you just can't focus. And instead of going for 30 minutes, why don't you the next day just aim for like reading 3 pages or 5 pages, or just read for like um, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Lower the bar, because most of you are increasing your bar so high. It's like, when you enter the gym for the first time, maybe you're a very skinny guy, or you're obese, you're fat, and um, you see a bench press. You go bench alone or with a personal trainer, and he says to you, just bench 20 kg because this is your first time. You never used the bar, you never entered the gym, this is completely new to you. But you refuse. You say, no, I'm going to bench 100 kg. And that's just insane. That's not normal. If you bench 100 kg for the first time, guess what's going to happen? Have a guess. You're going to injure yourself, or maybe probably, worse, kill yourself, and or end up in hospital for like, broken bones. You can't do that when you're new to the journey. So I'd say decrease the bar and just tick it off. It doesn't matter if it's not 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Just start low and then work your way up slowly, slowly, and slowly each week. It's the same principle you use in the gym, and it's the same thing you use for this self improvement journey. And you're probably going to argue, but I always done 20 minutes, 30 minutes. of reading, or I always done 20 minutes of meditation. Why all of a sudden I can't do it now? Because, bro, your dopamine systems are all fried. Listen to what I'm saying. You can't do that yet. Stop having this ego. Keep this ego to the side and just do what I say. You need to lower the bar. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to see improvement. That's why you're still in the same place every single month. You see others are moving, but you're not moving. Your bar is just too high for you. You don't have the capacity yet. And until then, you just need to start low and then slowly work your way up like stairs. So you need to understand this and actually have some sense to it. So you need to make sure you do this. I know it hurts your ego, or maybe you just don't like it because you always hit the bar so low. That's part of the journey. You went so high before and you keep going up, down, up, down. I feel you. I used to be in the same place as you. I know how it feels. It feels like you're always stuck. You're not able to climb. You just feel like you can't do it. You feel like you're never going to make it. But that's not true. You will make it if you just follow what I'm saying right now. The next thing and the final thing, set a big goal that you actually want to achieve in your life. Whatever it is, business, career, sports, achieve, set a big goal to it that you actually have the desire to achieve. Because trust me, when you do this, it's gonna give you the feeling, this masculine edge, this masculine energy that you actually got to achieve this goal, this big, big goal. Because it's on your phone, you have it maybe also on your wall, you have it somewhere as well, and you're always looking at it. Maybe you're also obsessed with it. That's even better. You have this strong, strong desire that you have to achieve this goal. And I highly advise that when you set goals, set a deadline, set the date that you want to achieve, the month you want to achieve, and the time you want to achieve. And I promise to you, you're going to have this urgency and this rush, almost like a rush that you have to um, complete this goal. You're not going to be distracted with this modern world bullshit with all the poison put in onto us, the bad habits that we mentioned, because you're just going to be almost like laser focused onto this one or two things that you actually want to achieve in your life. You're not going to be like everyone else. You have a mission that you have to complete. Okay, that's the end of this video. I hope this video actually served you well and you actually got a lot of value from it. But at the same time, you must take these things that I say seriously and actually take action in the real world. Don't just watch this video because it's entertaining and you're coping. Actually take the advices and implement it into your life. That's the way you're going to see change. Now, if you want my full step by step guidance for you to start your self improvement journey as a young man, you can join the link below this video to my legacy protocol. Again, it's completely free, there's no hidden fees. You can always ask questions from me. You can ask questions from other people who join the community as well. It's going to be a nice brotherhood, and you can always hop on a one on one call with me. That's also free as well. So, this is your chance, opportunity right now before it's too late, before it's become paid to join this protocol. I will be also uploading more courses in the near future for guys that want to find ways to improve their lives in terms of self improvement. But this protocol is actually going to change your life because I design it in a way to actually see improvement in your life. There's a lot of gimmicks out there and fake stuff, people pretending that this thing works, and they think they know everything. But I'm also on this journey. I'm also new, and we're in this journey together. There's no judgment. There's no gimmicks. This is the real system. And if you implement everything I say in the protocol, you will see improvement in your life. I promise you, you will. And you can always come back to it multiple times, which I highly recommend you do. So if that sounds like interesting to you, you can join the protocol in the link below. And if it's not your thing, if you don't like it, no worries, cool. You can always um, just leave the community, and if you decide to return, you can always um, um, come back to it anytime you want. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, I will leave with one more thing: become more, push for more, and leave a legacy. Until then, peace.